Okay, well, welcome to this short introduction of turning on your new VEDX classroom. When you first start your device after receiving it, it is going to start right into the automatic classroom space, which I'll show you in a minute. But the very first thing is to set your Guardian. So when your headset starts up, you're going to um, click Set Guardian, and you'll just see a pass through. You'll be able to see the room in front of you, and then Set Guardian, and then it's going to ask you to set the floor level, which you just take your controller and drop down to floor level. And then it'll say switch to stationary or do room scale. Most of the time, if you're sitting down, you want to go ahead and do the stationary boundary. See, as you see here, you can see what I was talking about. So this is where we're going to confirm stationary boundary. So there we go there. Now, when it starts up, what should happen is your managed VEDX classroom should start your app immediately. So what we're going to take a look at there is, here's how after setting your Guardian it should go. You see those three dots, and all of a sudden you should now see inside your classroom. Now mine says VEDX, and I have this surrounding room, but with your VEDX classroom, it should have your school's branding, and it should have all of your class content here. Now, you can see that the very top two pieces up here, homeroom, student, private, campus. So if I click on this, it's going to go into your private campus. And I'll walk through these, and then I'll go back to the campus because I think this is probably the most fun for students just getting started, or for what we had a summer camp in there this summer. And then some students want to do an open house this fall. Here is a content creator. This has all of your class content in it. If I click this, I'm going to enter in my username and password into the Engage app, which the instructions were to go ahead and register that prior to going in there. There's an anatomy dissection simulator, a soft skills training. If you've enabled your classroom for CTE, you'll have some leadership and management training here. If you've enabled your VEDX classroom to have VR language learning, you'll be able to click here and log in, and you can start learning up to 9 languages with translation. Then there's some other really fun exploratory apps. We've got the art history, Voices of Inspiration, which is a whole bunch of children and their art. If you want to go check out the International Space Station, or you want to work through some critical thinking skills here. And if it gets too much, of course, we have the meditation experience inside of here. Now, after that, if you want to go into history, you can go check out the Anne Frank House. If you want to check out universities and some 360s, there will be many more added to this. Right now, there's just 2, but the University Explorer will gain recordings and explorations over the year. There's some stuff on climate change, some stuff on cultural studies, on blindness. This is a really interesting one for social studies. It's about if there were a nuclear war. We also, if you have signed up for the STEM class, we have chemistry in VR here. We've got a 360 tour of OSU here, 3D painting, 3D object creation, a fun public domain theater. We'll be adding things here, and then our trial Workforce 360 to look at different job shadows. Now, interesting down here, these two will help you with creating worlds, your students or you as a teacher. This one here is about our global pollination issue with honeybees. And then we have a labs labyrinth down here. We also have the state of global peace. And of course, if you haven't checked out Within, and this has a whole bunch of documentaries in 360. So that pretty much summarizes what the VEDX classroom contains. It's about 26 curated apps along with some of our own content. So like I said, I'm going to take you back to our private campus here. I'm going to click there, and into the private campus we go. Now, you have not entered a 4-digit code, you're going to need to enter that here, and I'll show you in just a minute. Also, make sure that you are connected to the Wi-Fi before heading in here. Sorry, that took just a minute. You can see here that I have lots of campuses at my disposal, but let's just practice with one. I can change my name as long as I've entered my 4-digit code in. And if I haven't entered my 4-digit code, in fact, I will just, let's see if we can do that. I'm going to switch accounts, and I'm not going to join public. I'm going to use your code. And then let me look up the PIN real quick on here. So, my PIN for my specific email for these specific goggles, which are on the label on top, is going to be 7791. This can be sent to you by our support team. So I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. What that's going to do is register my account back up. Shows all the campuses I have access to. So I'm going to go ahead and head into the Dufur campus. So, as a student coming into Dufur campus, only the teachers and the students will have access to this private campus. You can see here that they've got their logo up here, the name of their high school, and what's really fun is up to 25 people can be in here. You can play basketball, you can play golf. This is the student recreation zone. You can come over here to the academic board. You can work together on a group project on the whiteboard, or you can come over here to this whiteboard. If you need a private room, you can head off into this private room, and only anybody in that space will be able to hear what's going on inside of that space. We also have paintball in here, really fun for students. And in here, each of these doors is connected to recreation for the students. Again, anything in here will be for the private use of the students and teachers in this space. So they don't need to worry about going outside of this space. You can also hook any app to a door here and be able to use that app. Lastly, here's the conference room. A teacher can give a conference or a video up top there. These you can use to write in the air. And this is just a great homeroom space for the teachers. So I hope this has helped understand what the VEDX classroom is and summarize kind of how to get in for the first time. But what I want to say is welcome aboard, and really appreciate joining us in our academic year ahead. All right. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.